Following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race.
Hello and welcome to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the first time that the NRLOA is racing at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I am John Arndt, driver of the 05 Zaxby's Chevrolet in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Here with me in the booth today is Garrett Senor and Nathan Stapleton. And our first driver on the track is Joseph Samuel. And we're here for qualifying. We're going to see for 10 minutes to see who will get the pole today for the first ever race at New Hampshire. Garrett and Nathan, any thoughts on what we'll see today?
I have a few thoughts here in qualifying. While qualifying is a time and trying to put your fastest lap down, you do want to see what you have prepared for the big race ahead. So you want to have the package all right and you want to be on the right starting position.
Yeah, because at New Hampshire, in real life, track position matters, but with this being the first time ever for the NRLOA to race here, who knows, track position could matter, or it might not matter at all.
We actually saw a big group of cars coming out. We have the 28 car of Matt Tuck out in front of Joseph Samuel at the moment. And here we see Matt Davidson coming out with the number 2 of Mike Knapp. And we see Mike Davidson, who came so close to possibly getting his first win at last week at the road course of Road at America, but it just didn't pan out the way that he wanted to. But he's trying to hopefully show that he learned something at Road America, and hopefully he'll be able to show a good showing here today at New Hampshire.
Yeah, and right now we're following with the 28, seeing how he takes his fast line around the racetrack. And there are many different cars trying different things out. The middle line is going to be preferred because the inside you don't get any runs, and if you go too far up you hit the marbles and you slide up to the wall. So they're just going to be trying to ride that middle line, and we're going to see who perfects it the best here in this session.
Yeah, if you get out too far outside of the line on the outside, the turn 4, the exit of turn 4 wall and the exit of turn 2 wall is not going to be your best friend, and if you are standing side by someone, there will be issues if that happens.
Absolutely, and as qualifying continues to go on here, we are following along with another one of our drivers, and Trey Wright. And I can't see the scoreboard too well, but we the 00 of Alex Russell now jumping up on the board.
Alex Russell has proved himself getting into the ride late, but he's actually shown major improvement throughout the season, even pulling off some great races. Still far away, a little bit ways back in the points, but he's showing that he has the ability, and hopefully he can either come back next season and get a full season under his belt, or he has a possibility of going into the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, which might be interesting to watch.
Yeah, and right in front of this machine, you have the 1 of Joe Rudzkowski, and I'm still getting names down and trying to get them right. And if you get past here at New Hampshire, sliding up on the outside is going to get the best of you here, as passing is very limited here at New Hampshire, as you have to find that middle line is the preferred line, and if you slide up out of it, it's kind of like Martinsville. You have nowhere to go, and you just are along for the ride.
So what we can expect here today is that whoever starts on the pole and maybe third place will be the race for the victory. It is quite possible that there might be some chaos, especially on that first lap when everything... Rudzkowski and Wright went really close. They just hit off of the turn 4 exit wall. That was pretty close racing. Don't really want to do that when you're trying to get some hot laps in to get for the pole sitter right there.
And while these cars are virtual, you don't really want to damage your race car in this qualifying session. You want to have the best car possible to get the best laps possible.
Still going still going at it. I wonder if the one car wanted to go down pit road, because it is occasional where the person who wants to go down pit road will take a high entry into turns 3 and 4 to make it into pit road, but with Trey Wright right on the inside, he just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, and
It'll be
absolutely.
interesting to see if he tries to go down pit road this time around.
Yeah, and you're gonna have people that are side by side in this session, but and coming on and off pit road, they're gonna just try to put down a few laps and then see what they've got and go back out. And right now, we're riding along with the 11 of Jamie Lee around this racetrack, and a few other competitors behind this race machine, just trying to put down. Maybe the draft can give them a little bit of a faster lap here at New Hampshire.
So Jamie Lee is picking a pretty good line right on the edge of where the grip line is, and being able to hit that and hit Lee's marks will be the best key possible to be able to get a good enough starting position later and for the race itself. But what they're also doing today is that they're getting notes. As you can see, they're doing long runs. They're getting practice in for the race, as well as they're getting the ability to qualify for their position. And doing this, it seems to be able to figure out what they're wanting to do for when the race actually starts.
Yeah, and as you see some competitors on pit road right now, they could be making adjustments. They could be just waiting it out, depending on what their game plan is for the big race coming up. And then you have Colton in the 98 here, riding around the racetrack, and a couple competitors in front of him, a little ways away on the racetrack.
Colton Yo has had an okay season, not the best. Hopefully here at New Hampshire, he'll be able to turn things around and possibly be able to come out with the victory or just get a good finish just in general.
Yeah, and good finishes are always the thing that you want to propel yourself towards a better position in the championship hunt. If you are still in the championship hunt, you want to get the best finishes possible. While consistency matters, you're always going to find yourself in a rough situation, a rough starting spot, or you get caught up in somebody else's mess. It's always going to be a coincidence there, but you want to do what you can in qualifying here today in races like this one to be up front, because it is very important not to make mistakes.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that whoever starts on the top side, they're not going to have that good of a shot at that win, because the inside lane is the place to be here at New Hampshire.
It's also important to hit your marks, especially on the corners, the right way, especially coming on to turns 3 and 4 on the back stretch and coming up from pit road, because you're coming up and you're not really on the line to get onto the turns 3 and 4, so you can overshoot the corner itself and possibly go straight through the grass, almost like what one of the JDM cars almost did, but he was able to pull it together. I think oh, we have a good little pack going on right there. Here we see a pair of cars, the number 4 of Cookie Holmes with the number 33 of Casey Hoffman. Two drivers, especially Hoffman, who has shown moments of brilliance this season. Hoffman is currently 23rd in points, gained actually 6 positions from the last race, and maybe there's a possibility that he will be able to improve his position further. He is still Hoffman is 87 points back, so it's going to take a lot for him to catch up to the top of the field, but he still has the possibility of clawing himself further up through the field later on. Meanwhile, the number 4 of Cookie Holmes is in 32nd in points, so it hasn't been that great of a season, but Cookie does have a win this season, and that is Cookie's only top 5. Hopefully Cookie can pull together a good enough race to try to pull out of the slump that they are having right now. through the past few weeks.
Yeah, and a slump is not a good thing to be in, and you want to be able to turn around for your race team, but sometimes you just, with the situations you get caught up in, you can't necessarily help it. So you do the best you can for the materials you're given, and just go out and have a race.
Yeah, and with this championship being split points championship, every point matters, and 87 points back might as well be basically just over two races back. So Cookie Holmes has a lot of work to do, but still has half of the season left. So who knows?
Yeah, today's race at New Hampshire is going to be a major test. Whoever starts on the pole will most likely be the winner of this race. And Trey Wright has probably the best setup today. Trey himself has had a okay season. He's 22nd in points, and hopefully he can break through and get his first win of the season today, and possibly pull himself further, because he's only 8 points back from the next position. Maybe he can get himself into the top 20 if he pulls off the victory today. And with qualifying over, we see that Trey Wright got the pole, and right behind him is Jamie Lee. Casey Hoffman is in third. Colton Yo is in fourth, so possibly a good point save possibly will happen for him. The 97 of Ryan Kindle is in fourth. It's actually fifth. Sebastian Kukulon is in sixth. Matt Tuck is in seventh. Justin Zidell is in eighth. Ninth is Adam Lewis. And 10th is Nathan. Yeah. Sorry, still trying to figure out the names here as well. So here's your qualifying results. An interesting race is possible today. Our points leader going into this race, Alex Bonsignor, is, if
20,
I can,
23rd is where he lines up.
Starting 23rd. So he has a little bit of work going out for him. Starting on the inside will probably be his best bet. Maybe I can see him getting into the top 10 by the end of the race. Should be an interesting race going for us today. And so with that, I'm John Arndt. We have Garrett Sidnor and Nathan Stapleton, and we'll see you guys when the race starts.